Okay, good morning. Okay, for those who don't know me, my name is Sammy O and this is my studio and this is how I do my artwork. So today I'm going to make some teacups with a saucer. So the saucer can also double up as a plate, and so therefore you can have a nice cup of tea and a sandwich or some cake or something on the side. So it's a nice personalised gift that you can give to somebody. It can be used as a breakfast set. There's people who like their toast and tea in the morning. So what we're going to do first off is to weigh out some clay. To make sure that we've got our proportions right, one of the important things to do is to get equal amounts of clay. So first off, I'm going to weigh out for the cup. So I want about 600 grams of clay per cup. And the clay that I'm using is a stoneware, so which fires at a nice high temperature. So we get some really nice, really good, durable kitchenware that can go into the oven, microwave, dishwasher, and is very strong. So the first thing I do is cut them off to what I think roughly would be the portion size. So using a set of scales, once we've got that set of scales on and going, so sometimes they take a little bit of time because, you know, electronics these days, so checking that it is in grams, because sometimes it changes to ounces, popping it on and seeing that it's over. So at the moment I'm over by 28 grams, so I just snip a bit off and we've gone down. So I'd make sure that I like to get it right on. Not just because I'm a fuss pop, because, you know, if you do start to allow any little variations at this stage, you'll keep making variations. So when things are in your control, try and make them as close to those control levels as you can. So because there's a lot of stuff in ceramics that you won't always have the complete control of. So my theory is when it is in your control and you're able to control it, then control it. If not, then just go with it. Because you can end up with some really unique and beautiful looking pieces of work, even if it's out of control. So, and all you do is just keep striving each time for more and more control in your work. So, but also you don't want to lose that integrity of it being a homemade product. So, and have that nice handmade look. So, yeah. So it's always good not to compromise that as well. So although you want pieces to look like they're all very similar and they can be put as a set, you also don't want to lose the look of it being handmade. So, you know, them being slightly different shapes or slightly different heights or slightly wider or slightly narrower is not an issue. So, and the things that will pull it together that are more in your control at this stage, at the early stage, when you first start off, is your glazes. Making sure that if your work is not conforming to one another and they're slightly different shapes or slightly different sizes or anything like that, you can always pull it together with a glaze. So now I've got 2, 4, 5 because I want to do a set of 4, but I want to be able to have one there in case it doesn't work so well. So now I'm going to do enough for the plate. Now the plate really needs to be the 500. So let's see if we've got enough clay here to get the 500. So here we go, whoops a daisy, 502, 98, 500. So that's a plate, so I'm going to put that back up there. So we might only have enough here for a couple of plates, and I might need to get some more clay later. So there we go. Whoops, a daisy, just a little bit more. 500. Right, hopefully here we've got another 500. No. Got a bit more than 500. Take a bit off. So, here we go. So that's 500 there. So at the moment I've got 2. Right, now it's more important that I get a set, and knowing that that's the 5th one, so it's 2, 4, 5, I'm going to take that one off there and do another plate. And then if I need to make another whole one, then I can. So a little pinch more. So when you're making these, it's a good idea, I feel, to make your bowls first. So making your bowl shape first, that's come in at 310. So that there is just an extra bit of clay. So I'm going to do now, go through and knead my pieces of clay into a ball shape. So first I'm going to slam it down on my bench here. Now this bench is, this is bluestone pavers that I've picked up from a garden supply place, and they're outside pavers, so they're quite thick. They're about, a good 1.5 centimetres thick. And then I just put them onto a wood table and put some thick beading around the side and screwed that on. So I can actually move these off and clean underneath them if I need to. Or I can take them and give them a good sandblast if I need to. But the good thing about bluestone is it doesn't, although it's porous, it doesn't shed any bits of stone into your work before you've actually got to your wheel. So that's the good thing about it. So basically I bounce my clay on the bluestone, getting it into a rough shape, and then I can pat it with my hands, getting it into a ball. So, and that's basically the shape that I want. So that's my leftover piece. So I'm going to leave that up there, and I'm going to get all these cups into shape first. So again, this helps to push all the air out of those air pockets that may have formed in the broken bits of clay. Sometimes when we knead, we actually introduce more air than what we actually need in there. So I'm finding that I'm getting less air pockets when I do this to when I actually sit there and knead the clay like I am kneading a piece of bread. So I find that bouncing the clay on the slab is a better way for me to go, because it actually gets out those air pockets and presses them out rather than introducing more little pockets into the clay. So once I've got to that shape, I'm patting it, slapping it from one hand to the other. So basically I throw it from one hand to the other, and when I'm catching it, I'm really grabbing hold of it, so to form those nice round ball shapes. Once I've roughly got it to that shape, then I'm happy with it. I usually give it a bit of a roll, and then I pop it back into the same packet that it came from to keep it nice and moist so it doesn't lose pressure. So I keep going until I've got all these pieces of clay that I have weighed out into those ball shapes. So again, that's just dropping it and using a bit of force to bounce it on the bluestone pavers. So making sure that I'm trying to end up with a ball shape, not end up with a flat pancake or a sausage or anything like that. So where I see that I'm ending up with, it's a bit flat, then I say, well, okay, I want to bounce this part here on the paver. And that keeps it rolling around in a ball shape. And so I'm already working on getting that shape ready. When I get close to getting the shape I want and feel that I've got all the little pockets out of there, I start doing smaller and smaller pats on the blue stone and taking it up into my hands and whacking it from one side to the other. So, and then giving it a roll round on the blue stone just to smooth it out and make sure that I've got a nice round piece of clay, so which is lovely. So, and that there is another cup. Popping it inside the bag next to the next one, and then we keep going. So, which is good. Well, I will keep going with this and I will come back to you once I'm ready to start throwing. So see you then.